Welcome to the Author's Corner Review, brought to you by KNEO Radio 91.7 FM. I'm Roberta Foster, and today I'm going to be sharing books with you from Humanix Books. And the first one is called A Watchman in the Night, What I've Seen Over 50 Years Reporting on America, written by Cal Thomas, America's #1 syndicated columnist. Award-winning journalist Cal Thomas has spent over 50 years speaking with leaders and everyday people and reporting on world events through his syndicated column. In ancient Israel, a watchman looked out for any threats that might come during the night when the city gates were closed. These threats would have included invading armies or just someone out to rob or cause harm to people or their property. Thomas believes America has been invaded by a worldview contrary to its founding, and it is suffering mightily as a result. He has sought to play the role of a watchman, warning readers what will happen if humanity refuses to embrace objective truth. This principle has been the driving force behind his columns. A Watchman in the Night is a road trip through over a half-century of American history, from the Reagan Revolution and the tragedy of 9/11 to the election of Donald Trump and the COVID-19 pandemic. Thomas hopes readers will learn from these personal remembrances from the years in which they were written, so the human race might repeat successes and not repeat failures. The book is a living history of our times, of who we were then and who we are now, and who we might become, for better or worse, in the future, and a remarkable chronicle of modern American life. Cal Thomas is a journalist, pundit, author, TV and radio commentator, and one of the most widely syndicated columnists in America. His journalism career, spanning more than 50 years, includes anchoring and reporting for KPRC TV in Houston, NBC News in Washington, D.C., Fox News Channel, and other outlets. For 10 years, he co-wrote the Common Ground column for USA Today with his colleague Bob Beckel. He's the author of many best-selling books, including The Things That Matter Most and Uncommon Sense. And this is the book, A Watchman in the Night, by Cal Thomas. The next book is called Sacred Trust, Election Integrity and the Will of the People, written by Congressman Jody Hice, and a foreword by the Honorable Ken Blackwell. Elections are not ultimately about who wins or loses. Elections are about the voice of the people being heard, period. The overwhelming majority of people can accept the outcome of an election, though they might be deeply disappointed if their candidate loses, but no one should be willing to accept an unfair voting system. Losing a hard-fought election is one thing, but losing by deceit and duplicity is unacceptable and cannot be tolerated. If the security and sacredness of elections are ever taken away, no action by the people can change the course and consequences that will result. So, the calling is clear and the responsibility is undeniable. In the book, Sacred Trust, Congressman Jody Hice takes the reader on his spiritual journey and political awakening and shares his belief in the fundamental importance of election integrity for American freedom. The United States of America is the greatest country in the world and worth fighting for, and unless people take a stand right now, there is so much that will be lost, and once gone, it will never be restored. America and the principles that make her great are ultimately what this book is about. Patriotic citizens cannot sit idly by while the foundations of the country are being tampered with and gradually destroyed. It is every person's duty to pass liberty on to the next generation. To do so, Hice preaches that citizens must get into the arena and be present. And yes, even one person can make a difference. The nation's history is filled with examples of single individuals who made a huge impact. Now is the time. We the people must be heard before it's too late. America cannot lose this battle. Jody Hice was a Republican congressman from the state of Georgia, one of the most senior and aggressive Republicans on the House Oversight Committee, and a vocal defender of election integrity. A founding member of the House Freedom Caucus, Hice served in multiple leadership roles on the board as the communications chair, as the host of their podcast, and as a mentor of the newer members. And as an evangelical pastor, he was the host of radio's The Jody Heiss Show and is now a frequent media commentator. That's the book Sacred Trust by Congressman Jody Heiss. Our next book is called Turnaround, America's Revival, written by Senator James Lankford. Americans live in the greatest representative republic in the history of the planet, which is defined each day by we the people. The nation is us. When we look in our national mirror, if we don't like what we see, what's the plan to improve our reflection? This is a journey book filled with ancient truths, modern politics, personal faith, true stories, and a lesson about the bees that will kill you. The pages are a celebration of our freedom and a challenge to reconnect to our faith and do something significant with our lives. Put simply, when you feel the nation drifting, you should follow your calling, not just let gravity win. It's your choice to do the right thing the right way. Let's pray and get to work. James Lankford is a husband, a dad of 2 gifted daughters, a former youth pastor, a former congressman, and a United States Senator for the people of Oklahoma. James is a passionate man and proud conservative who serves in multiple key roles in Congress for national security and economic opportunity. He is driven by his faith in Jesus, a love for his family, and his hope for our nation. And that's the book Turnaround, America's Revival by Senator James Lankford. And lastly, we have the book Words for Warriors, What It Means to Be an American, Fight Back Against Crazy Socialists and the Toxic Liberal Left. And it's written by Mrs. Sam Sorbo. In Words for Warriors, with her trademark wit and intelligence, Sam Sorbo shows exactly how radical left-wingers have manipulated language to fit their own socialistic and anti-freedom agenda. Sam Sorbo is on a mission to reclaim today's hot-button culture war words for all freedom-loving Americans. After hearing all the hatred spewing from ideologues, mainstream media, social justice warriors, and political hacks, Sam Sorbo was fed up. It's time to get the record straight, especially for the folks who are just trying to enjoy the lives the Lord gave them and want a few things explained in easy-to-understand prose. Arranged in an accessible A to Z glossary style, readers can dip in to discover the real meanings behind the acronyms, words, and phrases that the toxic liberal left loves to force on the rest of us. Sam Sorbo is a filmmaker, radio host, actress, international model, activist, author, wife, and mother. She hosts the weekday nationally syndicated radio program and podcast, The Sam Sorbo Show. Sorbo guest starred in the television series Hercules and Chicago Hope, and also performed in Just Let Go, winning Best Supporting Actress from the Utah Film Awards. She and her husband Kevin Sorbo homeschool their 3 children. And that's the book Words for Warriors by Mrs. Sam Sorbo and published by Humanix Books. And now recapping the books I've shared with you. Written by Sam Sorbo, we have Words for Warriors. Senator James Lankford wrote the book Turnaround, America's Revival. Sacred Trust, Election Integrity and the Will of the People by Congressman Jody Heiss. And A Watchman in the Night by Cal Thomas. All of these books have been published by Humanix Books, so if you'd like more information on any of these that I've mentioned, we invite you to visit their website. This has been Roberta Foster with your Author's Corner Review. Join me again next time on KNEO 91.7 FM, The Word.